Why wait till New Year's to be a new you? Be new now. Hi everyone, felynnsoleil here with another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is my September in review. Highs, lows, and lessons. For those of you who are new, who do not know and have not experienced, sorry, I just reeled it in. I was like, I have to grab my phone. I have not been recording, writing down those things, and I do need to change that. But going into next year, I hope I have something that will fix that problem. But for those of you who are new, I review my months by 3 categories, which are highs, lows, and lessons. And I encourage you guys to let me know in the comments what exactly it is that you had in your month that was considered a high, low, or lesson, so we can just kind of build community here and we can work together when it comes to achieving the things that we want in this life. So I hope you're gonna be part of that. I'm gonna be so happy to see you here. Let me know in the comments, sound off. What are the things that you want to be celebrated? What are things that you want to be supported on? And what were some things that you just learned that made you all the wiser that you want to share and pass on to someone else? So definitely let me know. I need to get my phone. Hold on one second. Okay. Well, a big thing I just thought about when it comes to how my month for September has been. I unfortunately have to look back and see what happened just because, oh my gosh. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. I really need to get better at writing things down, but I just realized, okay, so I was doing a couple of things. I went to my first ever movie premiere. This was actually really amazing. It was Sakura, it was the homecoming, it was a Sam Jane production, and I love this because it was the beautiful combination of 2 different worlds that come together, and I just loved everything about it. It was such a beautiful opportunity to just be around everyone and talk about this wonderful homecoming and just the people uniting of cultures, because this was a film that was filmed in Ghana, I believe, and that was amazing. And considering just both the cultures when it comes to being African American and African, and seeing them unite together for this wonderful movie premiere, I thought was absolutely outstanding. I was so happy to be there, so happy to support friends who actually were a part of it. It was so amazing and I loved it. It was really great, but it also was inspiring to say there are so many projects, so many things when it comes to film and creativity that are going on. And that really excites me because I feel like I've always seen it from the viewer perspective, but I would love to be able to be on the other side to just help and have a hands-on experience when it comes to bringing more creative projects to the screen. And I think that's really cool, and it's been always inspiring to see a lot of the people that I enjoy personally, who I've seen over the years, who have been content creators, who have been YouTubers, who have went over to the red carpets, who went over to Hollywood, and I think that is just so inspiring. And I'll talk about more things like that later on. But that was one thing that I consider a high that I did in September. Another thing that I did was I've been continuing on this weight loss journey. And so this has been kind of cool. At that time, closer to 10 pounds, but I'm proud of myself for that because it was like I became aware of what I was doing, what I was eating, how I was living, like moment to moment, hour to hour, day to day. And usually it's just all in the little habits that you do. Sometimes I would catch myself and I'd be like, I never noticed that I did that. And I was just able to change it or substitute it with something until I was able to find something better or find a regimen that really just worked for me. And I'm continually doing that, and I'm just so excited and I'm so thankful for community and just finding a way to continue to build and work on myself. And one thing I sometimes like doing, that's what I'm gonna have to talk about in October, is I like to fall off sometimes. I'm like a hibernation girly, especially around this time, because it's like, why wait till New Year's to be a new you? be new now, you know what I mean? And so that's my motto. That's gonna put that on a shirt. Why wait till New Year's to be a new you? Be new now. We'll figure it out. But I've always have supported that notion where it's just like, if you want to change, if there's something that you really want to change in your life, who says a date on a calendar has to impact that, has to be the reason or result of that? And so I really support that. If that's something that resonates with you, let me know in the comments. What is something you want to achieve before the end of this year? Because it's already wrapping up. Honestly, I don't like it, but why is 2024 just really like, okay, you know, I had my fun, but I'm ready to go. You can stay a little bit. No, you don't gotta go. 2025 is really approaching a lot faster than I expected. I don't know how to feel about it. That was a high. So that's 2. Okay, we're at 2. I really need to write these down, and I'm sorry guys. So weight loss, movie premiere, I went to New York. That's what it is. I went to New York, and oh my goodness, Tasha Nicole, I love you so much. Thank you so very much for this opportunity to go to this trip, to see the Big Apple after 10 years since the last time I was there. The last time I went was in college. I was part of the international community called iHouse. All of my friends who were not from America, every semester we had an opportunity to show them some part of our country. And I thought that was such a nice, beautiful thing to do. We had so much fun in New York, and the memories will always last a lifetime for me. And coming back, there was something so nostalgic, but so amazing about it, because it's a big city, and so things are going to be constantly changing and evolving, and I love that. I love something about that. It calls me in that way where it's like, I love to visit. I don't know, when it comes to living there, I mean, I've thought about it a couple of times, but I like the balance. But New York has a very special place in my heart, because it's weird. It's like, you know, you hear the honking, you see the taxis. I don't know, it's just such an interesting feel about it. And that's where I just can say it just has that feel to me. And so I love that very much when it comes to, sorry, Lynn was at my feet. And she supports this notion. Are you a city girl? She has nothing to say. No comments on this. No further comments or questions on this topic for her. But I love it. One of my favorite YouTubers, Alexis Sparks, she recently, am I time traveling right now? Hold on a second. I'm so sorry, because I said this is September. I didn't realize that until October. So I'll talk about that, but she lives in New York now, but anyway, that's besides the point. I do just love New York. I love the feeling and the notion. There she is. Oh my gosh, she's making a debut. She's saying hello. Are you gonna say hello? There we are. And I have memories of her as a kid and her attacking me mid video. I'll put that up. You'll see it. For, you know, I'm outside of work. She's pretty chill now. In kitty stage, she was just, it's the kitty stage. But she's a kitty at heart, isn't that right, girl? Yeah. And so I definitely can say that experience was amazing. It was so refreshing for me. We went on a boat, had lobster on a boat. That was incredible. We didn't get to see the lady. We saw her from afar. But you know, Lady Liberty, I knew my friend, she never had a chance to see her. And I was like, you gotta see Miss Lady Liberty up close. But we'll have another chance, because if anything, I just love how swift and how quick it was. It was just kind of like, I want to do more scripting when it comes to just things that I want to do day to day, because the way I just packed a bag and I was just like Frank Sinatra, like, start spreading the news, I'm leaving today. Like, I literally was just like, boom, before you know it, I was in New York, and I was just like, wow, I can get used to this, you know? And so it was such a wonderful time. I had such an amazing time. And we went on this beautiful tea bus, which was so cute. I think it was called Tea Time. It was called Tea Time. It was like the Tea Tour Bus. That's what it is, the Tea Tour Bus. I was like some type of alliteration to make it catchy, you know, just to stick. And I got a souvenir cup up there too, which is really adorable. And it was just so cool being in Times Square. That's where we stayed, just to see the lights off in the distance, go to sleep, and be able to wake up in a city that never sleeps. It was just such an amazing vibe. It was very exhilarating. And especially in that time for me, I just needed a fresh perspective. I feel like I was really in a lot of stagnant energy. And sometimes by just putting yourself in a new perspective, putting yourself in a new environment altogether is really sometimes the things you need to just kind of give you that jump start. You know, I really did. I felt like creatively dead. And so when I went to New York, I just felt revamped, and it was just amazing. I had such an amazing time. So Tasha, again, thank you so very much. I love you for what an amazing experience that we had. We had such an amazing time. And just like even going down, we went to a diner down, it's called Brooklyn Diner, which was amazing. Our server was incredible, the most adorable person. I swear to you, that was Spider-Man. They looked like Tom Holland, sounded like, I was just like, this is so amazing. I am just smitten because this person has just won my heart because they are just so sweet. I just want to pack them up and take them back with me. And they were just so adorable. And it just gave that sense. I just love talking to the New Yorkers. Like they tell you, they're like, you want some real coffee? I tell you, you go down the street. Like they don't make fun of me for that. I love the passion. I love it. I could listen to them talk forever. And it was just so, it's just the passion for me. It's the passion for me. It's just the care that they put in it, the pride of being from New York. And I love that. It's just something really special about that. And so I went to New York and it was a wonderful time. Of course, I would not have forgotten, you know, mind you, that it's a couple months since September has happened, but it's okay, you know. I can't and will not complain on that. There was a lot of cool things. There has been a lot of fun things that I've been able to do creatively. So I have been able to really just expand, and like I said, with that new jolt, that new perspective, being in a new environment really gave me a great jolt creatively. I can definitely say I give credit to Katie. I don't want to say her last name wrong, so I'm just gonna say Katie, and I'm gonna show her here. A lot of the tips that she gives is so helpful and very, I don't know, I just love it. It's like it itches my brain, if that's a way to put that, you know, properly. It's like it just itches my brain in such a nice way where it's like, wow, you know what? That's something. She delivers information that's really helpful and satisfying, chewable chunks. Like, I feel like I run across a lot of information sometimes and it's like, I'm choking, like, okay, I'm drowning, this is too much. You know, she will give you a gem and be like, that was pretty nice. Okay, I'll come back for another. And like, oh, I never thought about that. Oh, that's actually a really creative idea. And oh wait, that's a way I can be a little bit more creative in my editing process. Or, oh, if I want to batch content batch. If I want to do that, that's a way to do it. And I was like, I literally have screenshots of ways to do it. How exactly would I want to do my Instagram thing? I have like that, like literally I took screenshots of her like videos just to like make notes, write it down. I have a folder, like I've printed out pages, like the homework I have just from her alone. It's just been incredible. So I could say that's a great high as well. Those were the top 3. Just creating more posts, having cool pictures. And I always love when I have a fun carousel for Instagram and I just find a song that just matches the entire feeling, the experience, and just wraps it up in this amazing song. And Inner Vision was one of them, and that was by Valentina. And just naturally wanted to say Valentina like that, but She's incredible. Oh my gosh, was this in September too? Yes, it was. Oh my gosh. Okay. So another high I had as well was I was able to see some childhood friends, and celebrate their father's birthday. That was amazing. They turned the big 50, which was incredible and such a blessing to just see another year of life and just amazing people, because it's just like, I love their family. I love how they live, and it's just like, there's no way you're 50. You know what I mean? It's just like you're young at heart, and because of that, it's just you get blessed and graced in so many ways. So I love that, and so that was what we did. We celebrated, their birthday as well. That was a wonderful high too. I can't believe it. Yeah, that happened in September as well. I just had a lot of great things. And then the very last day in September, this is my other high, I can say, was that I got interviewed by Chase Pond, which was a cool streamer on Twitch who loves to spotlight Black creators and give them a platform, and he's used his leverage in that way to help give us more exposure. And I was so honored that he reached out to me. We were able to finally get a schedule, get a time together so we could sit down and talk, and that was really cool. And I was actually really just flattered by the opportunity of just being able to talk and just talk about some of the things that I've enjoyed to do, what I look forward to doing, some future projects that I'm going to be working on. So that was really cool as well. I definitely can say when it comes to lows, that's the one thing. When I come to like bouncing these things off, I just talked about all these highs. A lot of the lows, my goal is, when I talk about either a high or a low, is that regardless, the energy is still going to be the same. And what I mean by that is, like, when I talk about this high, like, oh my God, I went to Dubai and it was so amazing and things like that. And then I say I have a low where, say, this project fell through and it wasn't what I was expecting. However, insert whatever solution comes in with it. My goal is that whether it is a high or a low, I'm gonna make sure I treat them the same, because it's not necessarily that it's a low. It's actually just an experience point that I just gained. And because of that, it leads to more things. It becomes a lesson. We don't take L's over here unless they're lessons. And that's the one thing that I'm so thankful about, because of the fact that the lows that I've had, I've looked over them over the past 2 years, like just doing this project of monthly reviews. They really weren't that bad. I mean, sure, there's things that can happen that can be out of your control, that can be, a lot, but a lot of the things that I have experienced have only shaped me to be a better person. And I'm so thankful for that. And that's what the beauty of life can give us if we are willing to change the perspective of how we see it. How do we see things? What's the intention we're putting into the work or the places and people that we're pouring into? And what can we take away from that? How can we grow? And I think that helps me in a lot of ways. And it's simply incredible when you think about it, and when you realize how amazing life is and how life is a teacher. And depending on the lesson, some lessons can be harder than others. It really is in the resiliency of how willing you are to take that lesson in stride and come back better. I say this in a lot of my previous videos before, but my favorite quote, and I really do love it to its core, is that you never give up, and the fates against you eventually will. If you continue to persist, if you do something that you love to do, it just sets your heart on fire, never give up on that. There's gonna even be times when you feel tired and low and you just think about giving up on it, that dream will come back to pursue you, because it's something that you want to do. It's something that just eats away at you. It's something that you can't stop thinking about, and it just eats away at you. I personally believe, especially when it's a dream that's on your heart, it's similar to the homing device that we have inside of us that leads us to our true purpose. Sometimes a lot of the things that we have going on in life can cause magnets around it. And just like, you know, like magnets around a compass, it can steer it off track to the north, right? And so make sure you notice the magnets in your life that are blocking you from your homing device, your true compass when it comes to pursuing the things that you want to in life. I can definitely say that's a lesson. There's a lot of beauty in that. And I can just say, just from this month alone, it's just been so incredible. When I mean I have loved every bit of the experience that I've had when it comes to growing, when it comes to nurturing, when it comes to expanding on the things that I really love and getting serious about it and finding ways to grow on it. It's really been fun. It's really been a fun thing. And I can't wait for what to tell you guys about next month. Another lesson I can honestly give you for September, you'd be surprised what you can do if you just step out on faith, fuel it with hard work, and make sure that you have the tenacity to not give up on it midway. There's a lot of cool things that's happened. There's a lot of things I need to work on. I guess that's a low, but it's okay because it's exciting and there's still time. I just need to do it. I really gotta do it now when it comes to my calendar. So I just now said it, and I'm keeping myself accountable by saying I am working on a calendar for 2025, and it's going to have highs, lows, and lessons for every month. You're gonna have boxes there, or you can use the boxes there on the calendar to mark off what was considered a high day, what was considered a low day, or this was a day where you're able to sit back and reflect and look over lessons you had occurred over the month. But I am so determined on having this because I think just those small habits that we have day to day are gonna make a big difference when it comes to transforming our lives. And usually just figuring out, looking at those different things, you can say, wow, I really did have more good days than I did bad. Even though the days are necessarily bad, you can be able to assess them and look over them. So I'm just gonna leave it there because my camera got hot, and I'm just gonna wrap it up here. But I thank you guys so very much for being here. You let me know in the comments. I know I did not say that earlier for those who haven't seen these videos of highs, lows, and lessons. I do put songs down in the description just so you kind of know where my head was at mentally. If you just want to look for new songs and music, sometimes I like finding little quirky songs that I just happen to enjoy, and I'll listen to them all the time. So if you like the songs, definitely let me know. What songs do you enjoy? What did you enjoy this month as well? I definitely love a good song recommendation too. I'll definitely listen to it. I think the taste of music definitely tells a lot about a person. So just tell me, you know, and also listen to the songs that I provide as well. But you know, we'll just chill out there. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments. And if there was a message here that you think could benefit someone, definitely share it if you want to. But thank you. I will see you in the next video. Peace.